Hello, this is WildKarrde speaking, and in today's episode of Automation Gaming, I'm going to show you a car that I built for the 541cc 256 horsepower engine that I made back when this game first got released on Steam, which wasn't that long ago actually. In that video I had said that the reliability was actually pretty decent on that engine, so theoretically it could be used in a car, and decided that I was going to go ahead and build that car. Just see if it was possible. So it's a prototype, of course, the X541. This car, even though it did turn out to be possible, is very impractical. As you can see, it's a bit wonky looking, but I think the characteristics of the car match the characteristics of the engine quite well. The engine is transversely mounted in the front. It is an all-wheel drive car, so it uses as much of that beginning horsepower as possible. For those of you that didn't see the video, I'll give you a rundown of the engine real quick. Most engines take up most of this space. As you can see, my engine only takes up a tiny bit of it. This thing is pretty much a motorcycle engine, really. But motorcycles aren't available in this game, so that doesn't work. As you can see, I used the best components possible, the most quality possible, because that's the only way to build this much horsepower in such a small engine. The challenge of making this engine work in a car is that, as you can see, the power is built very slowly. From 0 to 8,000 RPM, you have virtually no power at all. And then at 8,500, the boost starts building and you get a huge surge of power. So what I had to do was make the car light enough to be able to move in this low power range, and then make a transmission that would, once it got to this range, keep the car in the power band, which is quite short and a bit of a challenge, to be honest. So as you can see, I needed a sequential gearbox with a double clutch and 8 ratios, as many as possible. The theoretical top speed of this car is 136 miles an hour, but it does not get to that. If I spread the gears out any further, it just doesn't move. So I set the top speed at 110, the spacing at maximum, and as you can see, it's very peaky. You get all your power all at once, essentially. The electronic LSD also helped a lot with that, and I used 50-50 power distribution between the front and rear wheels. And again, highest quality possible, because that's the only way this works. The tires were important because I needed as much grip as possible to use all of that early horsepower, and also to be able to handle that quick thrust of force at the very end of the RPM range. Brakes aren't too important for getting the car going, but they help stop it. And no active aero. I kept my aero inclination down because, again, at the beginning of the RPM range, it's kind of hard to get this car moving. You don't want any downforce fighting against it. Everything basic here except for the driver assist. And put the best suspension I could in the car. It's a bit of a sport racing setup. So here you have it. Decent utility, pretty good reliability, very light, terrible economy, and very expensive. Again, this car could never be put into production. Nobody'd buy it, and rightfully so. But it's pretty cool as a tech demo, just to show that it is possible to use such a small engine with such a peaky power band. So I'll go ahead and take it to the airfield test track and show you how it does. As you can see, it's high RPM the whole time. Most cars don't go anywhere near their top speed on this track, but this car does because it's kind of slow as far as the top speed is concerned. It does have good acceleration at 62 though, 5.3 seconds. A lot of cars get hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Don't forget to like and subscribe.